What's up, St. Louis? I'm Eric Luchenegger, the founder of Tenacity and the host of Bourbon Friday, and I'm back to update you on more important dates and events coming up. First up, applications. If you didn't see, STL Startup Week is just around the corner, and if you want to be part of the action more than just attending, there are still two ways to get involved. You can still be a last-minute sponsor for the week or volunteer to help at events. Those applications are available right now. Applications are due on September 26th for the Regional Node Planning Grant Program. MTC offers planning grants to develop regional nodes in Missouri, promoting entrepreneurship and innovation through coordinated partnerships. As hubs, these nodes will boost the state's entrepreneurial capacity and encourage high-growth startups. Eligible applicants include Missouri nonprofit research institutions and entrepreneurial support organizations. Applications are due October 2nd for the Enthuse Foundation 5th Annual Pitch Competition. This NYC competition celebrates women in the food, beverage, and CPG sectors. 5 entrepreneurs will present to industry experts. Prizes include up to $10,000 in cash and business services. Eligible participants are female, majority-owned businesses operational for under 4 years, earning under $500,000. And very quickly, Techstars applications are due for Impact powered by Cox Enterprises and Payments powered by Stellar and MoneyGram. Then further out, applications are due on October 31st for the North St. Louis Small Business and Nonprofit Grant Program. The City of St. Louis has allocated $37 million for a grant program to assist small businesses and nonprofits in North St. Louis. Aimed at reversing decades of disinvestment, the program targets entities disproportionately impacted by COVID-19 within a specific geographical area for economic development and empowerment. And the last thing I want to mention is that my company, Tenacity, has launched Swingspan, a digital divide program that provides free WordPress speed optimizations for nonprofits. So if you are a nonprofit or know someone who is, and they use WordPress for their website, go apply at swingspan.app. That's swingspan.app. And it's not an update video without events. And because it's Startup Week, we're going to bring you 62 from the best in St. Louis, as well as virtual opportunities from around the globe. But before we do, why don't you hit that like and subscribe. For each day this week, I'm gonna go through all of the events on the STL Startup Week schedule and then go through the rest of the events for that day. If you didn't know, each day of Startup Week will have a primary location where all of the official events will take place, with a couple exceptions, as well as some community events in other locations. Kick off Startup Week on Monday at CIC Cortex at the opening breakfast, where you can grab a coffee and pastry and meet some organizers and make connections. Then check out transitioning from founder-led sales to your first sales rep, what you need to know with Christy Jones from Sales Acceleration Group. This is definitely one of the ones that I want to go to because I have some questions. Next, it's the Missouri Venture Capital Report 2023 Lessons for Fundraising with Mark McGraffney from Kara Stone. He'll review historic records for MVC companies and key insights for those looking to raise money. Then join Holly Reardon from Hapsity for passionate positioning, crafting a value-driven brand identity. At this workshop, she'll unfold the true power of a brand's positioning statement and its pivotal role in steering your business strategy. Then check out 5 ChatGPT prompts to simplify your social media content creation from Pooja Arshanapalli of The Novus. If you have struggled to keep up with your social media accounts, you'll discover 5 easy prompts to help streamline your workflow. Then head to the keynote panel, St. Louis City SC, St. Louis's largest and most unconventional startup company. That panel will go over how they started up and continue to stand out, and includes Matt Sebeck, Chief Experience Officer, Trent Bartling, Director of Business Intelligence, and Jeremy Tripp, Director of Digital Experience. Then stick around for the STL Startup Week 2023 Kickoff Block Party. This new event will feature live music, food, drinks, and good company. So grab some beer from Rockwell and treats from a curated selection of food trucks. Also on Monday, check out how to make your content marketing campaigns a success from Enterprise Nation. Anna Morish of Quibble delves into effective content marketing strategies, emphasizing increasing organic traffic, boosting keyword rankings, and enhancing customer conversion. You'll gain insights on content repurposing and understanding customer preferences. Also that day, it's the Brand Discovery Workshop for startup founders from the Founder Institute. Learn how to craft a compelling brand story for your startup. Dive into brainstorming techniques, key branding activities, and session success metrics with insights from CrowdInker's CEO, Aram Melkumov, and Director Fiona Holler. On Tuesday, September 19th, the main location for Startup Week is Heydays. Up first is Building Strategy for Growth from Wendy Moore from Aleve Talent. In this session, they'll establish solid foundations to achieve scalable growth for your organization. Then it's Revolutionizing Customer Interactions, the Rise of RCS Business Messaging with Mike Lamb of Native Message. He's going to take you on a journey through the evolution of business communication, reveal the limitations of traditional channels, and teach you about this new emerging tech. Next, check out Finding Your Folks from Brittany Raji Alberti, the marketing midwife. This is designed to assist entrepreneurs and marketing professionals. Participants will learn to identify their ideal customers, define their target market, and craft a results-driven marketing strategy. Then join Keisha Mabry-Haymar from Heydays for increasing your sales with Google Tools and SEO. Small business owners will learn to promote their business with Google Tools and learn best practices for Google Business Profile, Merchant Center, and SEO. Then it's Building a Community of Early Adopters from Michael Keel from Boat Planet. You'll learn how he validated his startup through a Facebook group, cultivated a dedicated community, and turned that into thousands of users and millions in funding. Then that evening, stick around for Tales from the Tank to meet and greet your favorite STL founders who have survived the Shark Tank in a panel by casting director Brandon Andrews. Get up close and personal and go behind the scenes with founders who will share their ups, downs, and turnarounds. Then in one of the few virtual events, check out Startup Advocacy 101 from Next, Missouri. Starting a business is hard, and here you'll learn how to advocate for public policy changes to make it a little bit easier. And then that night, it's the OPO Startups Demo Day, a live pitch competition for entrepreneurs in the tech industry. Like Shark Tank, there will be a panel of judges and investors, a live audience, and 4 finalists pitching for a large cash prize. Finally, that night, check out Intro to Innovation and Entrepreneurship from Washington University in St. Louis and INSEN. Explore innovation, entrepreneurship, technology, business, and its national security intersections. Then if you can't make it to Heydays, join Game On, exploring the next frontier of audiences and advertising from Insider Intelligence. Explore the dynamic world of gaming, understanding its audience, effective advertising strategies, and shifts in usage and preferences. Uncover insights on in-game ads and leveraging data to target players across devices. Also on Tuesday, September 19th, it's How B2B Brands Grow, the Science of Marketing Effectiveness from Marketing Profs. Discover the essential laws of marketing with Ty Heath from LinkedIn's B2B Institute, emphasizing brand growth, career enhancement, market share increase, and sales boost through evidence-based strategies. Also on Tuesday the 19th, check out Navigating Fortune 100, Collaboration for Early Stage Startups from the NASDAQ Entrepreneurial Center. Dive into effective strategies for early stage startups to collaborate with Fortune 100 companies, as shared by Tomasz Kalajiczak from Samsung, and learn about fostering partnerships, measuring success, and engaging with large enterprises. Also on Tuesday, join How to Maximize Social Media Virtual Summit from Network After Work. 3 world-class speakers share social media success strategies, including LinkedIn profiles, entrepreneurial techniques, Yelp, Nextdoor, and effective Google ads. Also that day, it's I Thought You Were Doing That, creating a culture of accountability from Enterprise University. Here you'll learn the difference between behavioral and performance accountability, how to apply the accountability formula, and when to focus on leading versus lagging accountability. Then on Wednesday, September 20th, the main STL Startup Week location for that day is Tech Artista U City. And you can kick off the morning with 1 Million Cup St. Louis. Presenters for that day are Alpha Omega Computing and Reimagine Resources. Then if you missed the Startup Advocacy 101 from Next Missouri earlier this week, here is a second chance to check that out. Next, back in person, it's what AI can actually do for your marketing and what it can't do from Brian Munsey, Black Raven. Within a year of ChatGPT's launch, the world transformed. At this event, you'll explore AI's potential and how businesses can harness it for effective marketing. Then join Mindy Chu from Akan Consulting for Content Marketing Bootcamp for B2B startups. You'll learn how content marketing can be a pivotal strategy for B2B markets, aligning with business goals and converting leads into closed deals. Next, check out Building Community Through Social Media. Online communities are one of the most critical factors in business success. With over 250,000 combined local followers in St. Louis, Lucas Farrell of Mango Social Marketing and STL Bucket List will teach you how to build a community through social. Then it's Beyond Brilliance, scaling by embracing the strength of collective intelligence. In this session, Danny Eichenhorst from Hustle Hospitality Group will discuss one of the most common pitfalls for founders and how to avoid it through a radical shift in thinking, and why sometimes slowing down can be the rocket fuel. And then finally, that evening, Startup Connection returns. This is the St. Louis region's largest expo and showcase of early stage startups. Featuring 50 local companies, Startup Connection aims to build relationships between startups, students, investors, customers, and the general public. Outside of Startup Week, starting on September 20th and going through the 21st, it's Indeed FutureWorks 2023. Shape a future of better work at this premier event for talent leaders. You'll be inspired by dynamic speakers, interactive panel discussions, and a deep dive into the realities of AI and a chance to engage with Indeed solutions. Also going from the 20th to the 21st, you'll join Delivered 2023, a direct mail conference designed to help exceed your current strategies with actionable advice you can implement same day, informed by a deep pool of real-time user data. Also on Wednesday night, it's Pumpkin, It's Not Just for Latte, a happy hour from AMA St. Louis. Jim and Tim from O'Fallon Brewery will share their branding philosophy, discuss how choices are made in the development of products, and talk about how a novelty turned into their biggest product. Finally, that night, it's Tech STL High Tech Happy Hour at T-Rex. Meet and network with St. Louis's top tech professionals and dive into IoT and advanced manufacturing, discussing all things high-tech manufacturing, automation, robotics, edge and cloud computing, and hardware development while enjoying cold beers and appetizers. Then on Thursday, September 21st, head over to T-Rex for more St. Louis Startup Week. First up, it's Build a Healthy Team of Self-Leaders from the Start with Jen Whitmer, speaker and coach. Here you'll learn how to cultivate a healthy self-awareness, a key to being a successful leader, and build an empowered team. Then check out the importance of helping build the local startup talent pipeline from Jess Longville of Venture for America, who will discuss the program and benefits of hiring a VFA fellow, featuring alums and current fellows on a panel discussing the impact and value of nurturing young entrepreneurs. Then join Like a Boss, putting your ADHD to work for you from Lynn Cook from Perfect Space Coaching and a panel of entrepreneurial experts with ADHD as they share real life examples of how ADHD can be a powerful asset in the startup community. Then it's But Did You Budget from Dion Motley Financial Solutions, and Legacy Changers Academy. In this session, learn to master business budgeting, improve personal finances, track spending, and make goal-aligned financial decisions for product and service-based enterprises. Next, check out the keynote from Guy Friedman, Steady MD, Entrepreneurial Insights, Perspective on a Decade of Operating VC-Backed Startups. He will share insights from a decade of entrepreneurial experience covering startup challenges, leadership strategies, and Steady MD's journey from seed to Series B, raising $60 million and securing major deals. Then head over to Venture Cafe for Breakthrough Pitch Night at STL Startup Week. You can start off the night with open mic pitch sessions and get feedback from mock angels all night long with 10 minutes of private coaching and workshops on writing a business plan, legalizing your startup, finding the right co-founder, and conducting customer discovery. And then there's a very special Pitches Get Stitches Startup Week Throwdown where startup founders from Mid-Illinois, Missouri, and Kansas vie in Pitches Get Stitches, a Shark Tank-esque competition for prizes valued at $5,000. Attendees can witness open mic pitch practice and feedback with the main pitch event featuring startups BizQ AI, Pool, Clock2, and EDU Rain. Also, you can check out the Hispanic Cultural Celebration, BAH plus Entrepreneur Fair plus Food Festival at the International Institute, engage in networking, explore entrepreneurial resources, and savor Latino and Hispanic culinary delights at this vibrant celebration of diversity and achievement. All are welcome. Then outside of Startup Week, going from the 21st through the 22nd, join the Last Strange Loop, a multidisciplinary conference that brings together developers and thinkers building tomorrow's technology in fields such as emerging languages, alternative databases, concurrency, distributed systems, security, and the web. Also on the 21st going through the 22nd, it's the Design and Data Summit. In 2 days of informational packed sessions taught by industry-leading experts, you will learn practical, helpful how-to techniques to boost your productivity, efficiency, and design quality. Also on Thursday, September 21st, check out the Inclusive Economic Growth Summit from Greater St. Louis, Inc. The Metro's top business and civic leaders will discuss collaboration strategies for inclusive economic growth. Breakfast, lunch, and keynote presentation are included. Also on Thursday, join Business Model Canvas Workshop from Scandalaire Center. Ed Lehue from MDC will go through this powerful tool that can unlock the potential of your business ideas and transform them into well-defined strategies. Also on the 21st, it's Performance is Power, optimizing your site for maximum performance from WP Engine. Industry experts discuss website performance and security patterns, offering insights on monitoring and optimizing WordPress sites for peak performance. Also on Thursday, the 21st, check out Diverse Business Certifications Work from SCORE. If your business is at least 51% owned, controlled, and managed by women, minorities, veterans, and LGBTQ owners, you need to consider a diverse business certification to help your business grow. Also that day, join 10 tips for creating great webinar content that drives engagement from American Marketing Association. Discover best practices for crafting compelling webinar content and dive into sourcing themes, utilizing AI for inspiration, building narratives, and structuring audience engagement. Then that night, it's Heartland St. Louis Black Chamber of Commerce Networking Mixer. Are you ready to grow your network and reach a thriving business market? Come and learn more about the Chamber and its initiatives while connecting with other Black-owned businesses and organizations. Also that evening, check out She Can't Connect Networking Meetup. She Can't Connect is a growing community of female leaders, entrepreneurs, side hustlers, and creatives. If you are a woman of faith seeking growth, strategy, resources, and inspiration by combining spiritual and professional development, this is an event for you. Finally, that evening, join the Founders Lounge from Multipass Venture Community at Aloft. Entrepreneurs can enjoy an evening fostering relationships, engaging stories, and gathering insights. It promotes networking, provides opportunities for potential collaboration, and includes inspirational talks from successful entrepreneurs. On Friday, September 22nd, the primary location for Startup Week is Spark St. Louis, with one little caveat. That morning, check out Cybersecurity for Entrepreneurs from Anna Marie Zancounty of St. Louis University, who will provide entrepreneurs with essential cybersecurity insights and practical strategies to protect their startups from cyber threats and ensure their long-term success. Then join Optimized Outcomes, How to Negotiate Big Wins from Stephanie Thayer of Strix Intelligence. Learn to master life's negotiations in this interactive seminar where you'll develop strategies, enhance EQ, and practice with real counterparts to achieve optimal outcomes. Then it's the 7-figure storyteller from Gabrielle Burks from the Real Estate Bay Agency in 2023 with 33 million small businesses in the US. Standing out requires an authentic story. Here you'll learn how storytelling can elevate your idea to 7 figures using your brand, personality, and smartphone. Then check out Why Innovate, Why Me, Why Now from Linda Wu of MyDoc, who will share her journey from engineer to physician to entrepreneur, illustrating how to harness local resources and leverage your current situation to launch the dream startup you've always envisioned. Then stick around for Pivoting, Niching, or Walking Away, Separating Logic from Emotion with Jenny Bristow, Hetty and Hop. Your business concept may look beautiful in a vacuum, but once unleashed on the world, it might grow slower than you'd hope. Do you need to just keep pushing, or is it time to pivot, niche down, or maybe just walk away? And then it's Friday, and it's not Friday without Bourbon Friday. And as soon as Jenny's keynote is done, you should head over to Tech Artista Downtown for the STL Startup Week closing party. We're going to have light bites, craft cocktails, music, and free bourbon tastings all night long. So come and celebrate the close of another great startup week. Then starting September 22nd and going through the 24th, check out the Greater St. Louis Hispanic Festival as St. Louis celebrates Hispanic culture with live Latino bands, reggaeton music, authentic foods, folkloric dancers, crafts. Funds raised here support scholarships for college-bound students and underprivileged children. Finally, on September 23rd, going through the 24th, celebrate Tower Grove Pride's 10th anniversary with global food, live entertainment on 2 stages, drag, a ball with Maven Lee, shopping from local vendors, nonprofit showcases, a roller rink, parade, and mechanical bull? All right. We will release some new content on YouTube soon, but in the meantime, we post content on TikTok as well. So if you're on there, hit that subscribe. And remember, Bourbon Friday is now on Meetup, so we hope you join us there. And finally, if you have an event important day coming up, please email us at events@bourbonfriday.show. Thanks. Have a great STL Startup Week, and I'll definitely see you at some events.
To stay up to date, follow us on social. We are at Bourbon Fridays on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. See you next time.